do this.
So, hello and welcome to the New Gig podcast. I'm your host, Glenn Hodgson, and today I'm delighted to be joined by videographer Ngozi Anene. How you doing, Ngozi?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Yeah, very good, thank you. So, Ngozi, tell us a little bit about yourself, the journey you're on, the
Yeah,
activities you're carrying out now, and the roles you've got.
yeah. Yeah, so right now I am a videographer slash marketing coordinator, but I'm also able to like bring my videography skills to my current role in my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do videography and I also do photography. That's just me in a nutshell.
Excellent, excellent. And give us a little bit of a flavor for the kind of roles, projects, activities that you're involved in.
Yeah, for sure. So, as a videographer, so I am niching down. So I now do weddings and I also do corporate events, right? Before I was doing everything. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm just trying to get myself out there, trying to get my experience and portfolio. But I really love documenting the moment. So that's exactly why I do events, right? But then also as a marketing coordinator. I capture content, so videos, photos. I handle social media. I assist in events for my company,
Yeah.
and I also do email campaigns. So quite well rounded, but I'll say that social media is like you know, my strong point.
Yeah, well, this is an interesting thing because it's something that's
Yeah.
still evolving all the time in terms of sort of the campaigns, how to utilize it in the best way to get your
hmm
message out in an increasingly busy and loud environment.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely. You have to somehow stand out. Whether it's personal branding or whatever the case may be. But yeah, there's so many different elements to it. But if your work is good and
Yeah.
also you're able to, show a bit of yourself, you got it.
Yeah. And how do you go about that yourself? Because, of course, personal branding seems to be more and more important. You talked about like
hmm
creating a niche for yourself as well.
hmm
But what are the sort of the steps that you've have taken to be able to establish that?
Yeah, for sure. So, personal branding, that's a huge thing. For me, with photography, it's quite like is lovely because what you can do is document your day in a life. People love
Yeah.
that. They want to know like what's the day to day of like this girl? Like who's this girl that I'm going to potentially book, or maybe someone that wants to get into photography or videography. They just want to see what the insights,
Mm.
how do you prepare? How do you go on the shoot? Like, what do you bring? What do you do after? So that's what I do. So I document my day or just
Yeah.
document me behind the scenes shooting. Or I just do like talking head videos where you talk about like how you got into videography, your journey to videography, like how it started. And
Yeah.
yeah, I talk about how when I was quite young and that I was always the person to come to, family gatherings and always bring my camera or just my iPhone, take pictures, videos. I was always that girl. And now
Yeah.
I literally I can't stay away from that. Like now everyone expects me to do it. Sometimes I'm like, I really just want to like just have some good time, but okay,
Yeah.
I put up my camera. But yeah, people like stories like that, it kind of humanizes the brand, like the business. People want to
Yes.
see who is going to potentially come on set or, come to the event to film the event. So that's what I do. So I
Mm.
like to document, day in the lives, my journey, give some tips, advice. Yeah, it's all about showing yourself, putting yourself in front of the camera. And I guess that's not what everyone's willing to do, but if
Yeah.
you can do it, it's very um beneficial, I'll
Mm.
say.
But I
Yeah.
suppose it also shows your artistry and also your curiosity, the kind of things that you can pick up on details, shows that you have that sort of
Mm,
eye for things as well and draw out
absolutely.
and tell a story through the sort of the images, which is more important
Yeah.
in personal, but also corporate life these days as well, let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, like on LinkedIn, there's so many like LinkedIn influencers just
Yeah.
documenting what they do in their corporate role, like day to day. And for me, I find that so interesting. I'm like, oh, like what's this person got going on,
Yeah.
Because people just see corporate sometimes as just like boring. But
Yeah.
when you kind of make it fun by just documenting what you do, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, yeah, and it
Yeah.
brings a whole new human angle to it as well, because I think that,
Yeah.
because there is so much more with sort of the drive and the search for authenticity, how you can actually
Mm.
put across yourself and what you do is more important than ever before, probably.
Exactly. Exactly. And you do it as well. Like
I
you
try
post content
to.
quite. You're very consistent. I mean, I see you on my page like every single day, damn. Now I'm like, I need to.
Apologies, and goes you.
No,
Apologies for that for
that's good.
being everywhere.
No. You keep doing it. You keep doing it. It's motivating.
Yeah, I think it's fun as well, and it also shows that
Yeah,
sort of like what you're doing and shows the kind of individuals, corporations, and activities that you're involved in, which is crucial.
exactly. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
and also from your side as well, the use of video images and tools to promote companies as
hmm
well is important. How good are companies and organizations about sort of getting used to this?
hmm
There's a talk that yeah, we need to do this, but how
Mm,
much do they actually believe it? How much do they actually feel it and understand what's necessary there as well?
yeah. Yeah, so I think this is something that companies are still trying to get used to,
Okay.
especially like when it comes to B2B
Yeah.
marketing. B2C, I think they're very much more advanced when it comes to, creating content,
Yeah.
whether it's they have people in-house or they book people like freelancers, external. They kind of understand it a bit more because it's
Mm.
B2C, consumers. So when it comes to B2B, I think it's something that companies need to kind of get more used to because it's people buy from people, right?
Yeah.
So when you humanize the brand by taking videos and pictures of the employees and they get to speak about the product or their day-to-day lives and their journey, it humanizes the brand. And like I said,
Yeah.
people buy from people. So that's always an advantage. So it's something that's growing, I would say, within B2B. But B2C, I think they pretty much got it. They pretty
Yeah.
much got it, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
So,
Yeah.
so in the B2B space, you're still doing a lot of explaining and
Mm.
kind of taking people by the hand and educating them about what this can actually deliver, how to do it, and
Yes.
the mood and the register that's necessary.
Yes, exactly. But I would say like it's an opportunity, because I'm coming into my role as a marketing coordinator. It's only been like a month. However, and that's also not on my LinkedIn as well. I haven't updated my LinkedIn to that
Okay.
because for certain reasons. So if
Yeah.
anyone goes on my LinkedIn and they're like, who is this? Don't worry, I am doing marketing.
Yes.
But like I said, like
Good.
it is an opportunity because I'm coming into my role with a different angle, knowing how beneficial it can be to,
Mm.
bring out the camera and record people, but them coming from an angle where they are just being themselves, but they
Yeah.
are promoting the products or just talking about their journey, how they evolved within a company, the company culture and all of that good stuff.
Mm. And is this
So
a
there's opportunity
trend
there.
at the moment, Ngozi, to actually get sort of more human, get behind the sort of corporate
Mm,
facade that kind of, let's be honest, we're all sort of a bit tired and losing our respect, if not our trust, for a lot of the big
yes,
brands we see around us.
absolutely. I think it's becoming a trend for sure. Because
Mm.
like I said, that you need to start humanizing, and the B2B space isn't really there yet, especially with companies that feel like they've already made their mark and they
Yeah.
don't really need to do much. So I've also like done some competitive like analysis when it comes to the company that I work at, Zensam,
Yep.
and our competitors are they don't really, they're quite traditional when it
Yeah.
comes to the content that they post. So it's
Mhm.
mostly like text and graphics, and I don't really see much of, faces. I don't see
Yeah.
people behind the business. But I think that there's a space for that. And slowly and slowly, it is going to be more of a trend. But right now, I would say it's like a huge trend, but within a B2B space specifically, but it will become one when people
Yeah.
like wake up. But yeah, I'll say the traditional companies, they stick to the traditional ways of doing things. Um, but yeah, it's a space that people need to step into for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and there's
Yeah.
always this constant evolution as well, and it's kind of I think it's
Mm,
interesting you say that as well because it was traditionally well, we can just have our website, but now it's more getting into sort of LinkedIn and dare I say even sort of
yeah,
the Instagram space here as
yeah,
well, the TikTok space that.
yeah.
Companies and organizations, it's no longer sort of childish thing. It's something that a place where individuals, but also corporations need to be to communicate with audiences.
Absolutely. I think being visible everywhere is good. I mean, like if it suits the product you're selling, because maybe your audience is not there.
Yeah.
Um, your audience may not be on TikTok, it may not be on Instagram, but it could be on Facebook, could be on Twitter or X, they call it.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's about being visible and spreading the content out, even YouTube as well.
Yeah.
YouTube, short form content on YouTube. They do YouTube Shorts. Literally anywhere that you see your company being visible on, you should
Mm.
definitely be there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to get that out there, and it's sort of this is for organizations, but also for yourself as a as a company, as a brand in yourself as
hmm
well, to
hmm
get the message out there, to show the knowledge, skills, and expertise that you do have, and to get it to that broader
Exactly.
audience.
Yes, yes, yes. So like for my photography, like I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, and I'm on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But I do need to be posting a bit more. I do know that. I do definitely
Okay.
know that. It's about balancing my 9 to 5 and then also, you know, the videography business.
Yeah.
But I definitely do see a the need for it. And do you know what's so crazy actually? Like when I got into doing corporate events, like
Yeah.
documenting corporate events, I would get emails by people in corporate events saying, "Oh, I saw your TikTok," and I'm like, you wouldn't even think they're on TikTok looking for
Yes.
videographers. Like, but it woke me up. I was like, I need to start posting more on TikTok. Like,
Yeah.
because they're not just looking at websites anymore. Because
Yeah.
what I think it is because I think so. I'll give you an example. So I recorded for a company, a fintech company called Liquidity, and she
Okay.
saw my TikTok. And but the vibe that she wanted for the event wasn't just like a boring corporate video where it's just
Mm.
like people talking, having a few drinks, and it's just so boring and just that
Yes.
traditional corporate video. She wanted it to be a bit more lively and, just energetic.
Mm.
So she saw my TikTok videos and was like, yeah, this is the vibe that I want. So I think there's definitely a space where people are moving into where it's not just that traditional look when it comes to like corporate videos, but they're just trying to see how they can target um I don't know, like just catch people's attentions through the
Yeah.
content because
Mm.
people's attention spans are so little right now. So it's like
Completely.
how can we engage the audience, right?
Mm.
So yeah, you have to be everywhere really, even where you don't even think you need to
Yeah.
be.
Well, this
Just be
this is a
there.
great.
You never know.
Yeah, but it's a great example, I think, of this as well. That
Mm,
people, even in the B2B space, people are people, and people buy people as well, and they look and they want to have sort of something that
exactly.
stands out, it's a bit more personal. And when it comes to sort of
Yeah.
posting, you say you're not posting enough. What would be the
Mm,
ideal frequency? Would you say?
good question. So ideally, I would say at least once a week. But
Yeah,
that's the minimum. That's the
yeah.
minimum.
Mm.
But ideally, I would love to say 3 times a week, at least on one platform, like on
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah.
Um, but oh god, so keep that consistency because you have to keep on generating the content, you
Yeah.
know.
It has to be good
Um,
content as well. It makes it interesting, keeps the sort of the audience and profiles
yes,
what you're doing. So it's certainly a challenge.
it is a challenge, especially when you're trying to post on different platforms as well.
Right.
But
Yeah.
a tip for that is just to like repurpose the same content. It doesn't have to be a new thing all the time.
Okay.
So what I need to do actually is just plan out what content I'm going to do for like the
Yeah.
next month. So then I already know. And then when I come back from work, I just get on editing and I can just schedule it, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so at least you want to be consistent at least on one platform. And then the other platforms, it could just be like once a week. But on one platform, free time, 2 to 3 times a week will be a really nice
Yeah.
sweet spot for me. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And the whole idea of having sort of several jobs, roles,
Mm.
seems to be something that's actually increasing in popularity, particularly people of your age, but I think it's
Yeah.
across the board
Yeah,
as
yeah, yeah.
well.
Yeah.
The traditional allure of a 9 to 5, 5 days a week has been replaced by
Mm-hmm.
something a bit more of a portfolio career, sort of several
Mm-hmm.
things and interests all as revenue streams that you can have running simultaneously.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Um, and that's what I'm doing, you know. And like
Yeah.
you said, a lot of people my age are doing that where they have their 9 to 5, but then they also have their side hustle, their passion that they're doing on their side, and it's
Yeah.
like their own, their business that they're doing after they work.
Mm.
And that is becoming quite popular. I think because so I'm Gen Z, right?
Yeah.
And I guess we are quite entrepreneurial. Like we have social media, like we grew up with social media. So
Yes.
we've kind of had that stage, that online stage that was free. And it's like you can do what you want. Like if you want to start a hair business,
Yeah.
nail business, lashes, whatever it is, all you have to do is just post. And we kind of have known that from quite early on, and people have started making money from that.
Yeah.
But then we also understand the importance of having some stability financially so that we can use that money to invest in our own passions.
Mm.
So doing that simultaneously is beneficial up until when if you want to go full time in your passion, then you can. When you
Yeah.
have enough, cash to do that, then you can. And also with corporate, you never know. You never know the future, mate. You never know. Like you literally, your career is not in your hands.
Completely.
Like
Yeah.
is not in your hands. And at least if someone was to be let go, they have something that they've already started that they can leverage on, instead of
Mm.
just starting from scratch.
Yeah.
So it's something that is definitely real.
Mm.
And yeah, I think it's important to have your own kind of thing happening on the
Mm.
side,
Yeah.
just for yourself, at least even if you don't even care about making money off of it, I think it's nice to have something for yourself instead of just like putting all your energy into, someone else's business,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. It is. And I think they're sort of busting that myth of the fact that it's sort of like a full-time 9 to 5 job is somehow more secure, particularly in the
Mm,
current environment. That is no longer there. So I think this sort of smart
yeah,
way of hedging and
yeah.
investing in yourself and taking your
Hmm.
career and your future into your own hands and writing it yourself, as opposed to like
Yes,
outsourcing it to someone else, I think is very, very strong.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You get it. You get it.
I
Yeah.
think and I think to have that sort of enlightened self-interest as well so early in your
Hmm.
career as well, I
Hmm.
think it's crucial. But of course, Ngozi, we need to also speak
Absolutely.
about technology a little bit as well because we see sort
Yeah.
of the increasing use of technology, the
Hmm.
AI-powered services
Hmm.
and products that are out there. Do you see
Hmm.
this as a threat in any way? Is it just something that helps you do
Hmm.
your work better? Just how are you using and seeing the technology of today, but also into the future, how it will sort of you'll use it as a tool?
Yeah, so I don't see it as a threat to me at all. But
Mm,
yeah, I do use AI, whether it's to help me generate an image, but then I also will edit that image so that it kind of like aligns more with what I want to execute, if that makes
yes.
sense.
Yeah.
And also with video editing, there are video editing, AI tools out there. However, like I don't trust it yet to edit my
Yeah.
weddings. Like I personally I'm not there yet. Like I really don't want to do that.
Yes.
Um I personally, I like the idea of, having like when I'm filming, I already have visioned how I'm going to edit.
Got it.
And there's something about a human touch being there recording and then piecing things together, from listening to the couple's story and actually just being there in the moment. There's a
Yeah,
way that the brain thinks that is so intricate and special when it comes to storytelling and putting pieces together in a video that I
love
don't
that.
think AI can do, at least now.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's all about the experience. It's all about the experience, and I don't think AI can really match that quality
mm,
and that personal touch that a human can do
yeah,
when it comes to videography. And also with photos, right? We're not there. I'm so sorry. We are not there. We still need that human touch.
yes,
And I think it will probably, even if, AI starts to replace photographers or whatever the case may be, um, I just don't think it's going to be great. I think get to that place where it will be obvious, where it's
yeah,
like, oh, this is AI, and then we just lose that touch, and then we become so cold. It's like,
yeah, yeah.
where is the that personal touch really?
Mm,
We're not robots, and I think that's why it's still important to have humans do the job
yeah.
because we're special beings and we're emotional beings.
Exactly, exactly, and
Yeah.
I completely agree with you on that. And it's what I'm seeing as well.
Mm,
AI is letting everyone be average, whether it's producing sort of a clip, whether it's
yeah.
writing
Yeah.
a text, but that human touch, that spark of extra
Yeah.
authenticity, or the flair that's a
Exactly.
little bit different, that's what people want. And that's what people want to pay for as well, I believe.
Exactly. Exactly. Because otherwise we're just gonna just sound the same and it's just all gonna be the same and then it's just gonna be
Right.
cheap.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's different when you're working with a human that understands you on a personal level.
Completely.
Um, because it gives you that unique experience and that unique, final edit,
Yeah.
So
And
for
that's what
sure.
we're all looking for, these unique, better
Yeah,
experiences. And
exactly.
fantastic work that you're doing, Ngozi, at the moment. Really want to
Thank
sort of
you.
continue to follow your journey, see the things that you're doing and the
Thank you so
path that you're
much.
taking. So really thank you for sharing your story and the journey that you're on right now, and look forward to hearing more soon.
Oh, I appreciate it, Glenn. Thank you so much for having me. This was fun. I loved it. Thank you so much.
Excellent.